Hi everyone, welcome back to rawsynergytv. I was just looking through some old files the other day and I found a stack of calendars from back from 2001 all the way up until the present point. And I don't know about you, but I have always kept records and just interesting information about my life on all of my calendars, all the places that I went and experiences that I had. It's amazing to look back over the years before I started this whole raw food journey and to look at the things that I documented that I was experiencing back then, the aches and the pains and the sickness and just all the crazy stuff that I went through and documented. And looking back at it now, it's just, I'm like, wow, because I don't experience any of the stuff that's in here and the frustration that I went through with so many different doctors and trying different herbs and different modalities of healing is so crazy. So I thought it would be kind of fun to give you an insight of what's on these pages of the calendars and what I was experiencing, because it's possibly what many of you might be experiencing right now, and you're wondering, how am I ever going to get past this? And maybe, just maybe, by following this diet, you may get results as good or better as what I'm experiencing. So back in 2001, I was having, obviously, lots of digestive problems and my skin was terrible. It was really, really frustrating, and on top of that, I was having digestive issues that were so uncomfortable. Always dealing with constipation, bloating, and really, really sharp pains in my lower abdomen, all throughout my digestive system. So in 2001, that's when I decided to give Ayurveda a try, and I went completely vegetarian, and I started following the Ayurvedic diet, and that's mostly white rice, a lot of clarified butter. The diet is extremely high in fat, lots of milk, like whole milk, and vegetables. I was still experiencing all my same issues, but I still wanted to give it a try. I didn't know how long it would take for me to get better, so I just tried it. So I continued on. Into 2002, I was still following the Ayurvedic principles. I was still seeing the Ayurvedic doctors, and I was still having all kinds of problems. And during that time, I was doing a lot of performing. I had performances every weekend, sometimes 2, 3, 4 performances a weekend. And I was practicing at that time playing guitar a lot, and I was having a lot of wrist issues. And so I was seeing my chiropractor, sports injury specialist. He's the guy that I go to for everything because he's really advanced in his knowledge for alternative methods, and he's always looking to get to the source of the problem. So he would always give me exercises to do, and he had me wearing a brace. So it was about a year into the whole Ayurvedic thing, and I started getting sick. So I woke up in January and I was sick. Then February came. I woke up on a Friday with a scratchy throat. The following day I woke up completely sick. I had to cancel a bunch of performances the following week because I was still sick. Usually when I would have PMS, like really bad, I would document it. Like normally I always had PMS, I always had menstrual discomfort, but if I documented it, it meant that, okay, it was really serious. Middle of August, I was using Monistat in the middle of the month, which meant I had a yeast infection. And I used to have yeast infections a lot. And that was due to too much fat. That's what was causing the the yeast overgrowth. At the end of September, I woke up with an acidic throat. The very following day, I woke up with a severe sore throat and a full-fledged cold. So that's 3 times in the year of 2002 that I got sick. Had to cancel more shows, went to the doctor. Wow. Saw the doctor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times that month. Then in 2003, saw the doctor again for something in the first week of January. So in February 2003, I started an herbal cleanse for removing toxins. I did that for a full 2 months, and before I stopped doing that, I started taking something called estrogen for PMS, and I did that for 2 weeks. The day after I took that supplement, I got a serious headache. I had a headache for 2 days. A week later, I stopped the cleanse for removing toxins. And then 2 days later, I just stopped taking all supplements because I finally realized that all the herbs that I was taking, all the supplements, all these crazy things to try to control all of the symptoms that I was having, finally came to me like, maybe I should just stop everything and give my body a break, like let it rest and see what happens. And that was probably one of the best things that I ever did. In April, I ate tuna and felt really bad afterward. I had a really awful stomach. My stomach was really bloated. I was really uncomfortable. Then the next day I felt a little better, but then the following day I woke up really, really bloated and uncomfortable. Same thing on the following Monday, woke up really bloated and uncomfortable. Then started another supplement. I started taking a magnesium supplement. Then in June 2003, I began using a skincare product by Murad for my acne to see if that would clear up my acne because my skin was still looking like a wreck. Boy, that stuff made me sick. Ugh. This is where, in 2003, where I really started getting serious headaches. So in the end of July, I got a really, really bad headache, another headache 4 days later, another headache, a serious, serious migraine 2 days later. I took 4 Tylenol. That's bad. And it still didn't take the headache away. Then in August of 2003, I was headachy for an entire week and a half. I had lines, like a headache and a line all the way through until the 13th of August, and then I was feeling really, really sick because I'd had a headache for so long. And my shoulder and my neck were really, really hurting. The stress of the headache, I'm sure, was causing like serious muscle tightness. Then I stopped using the Murad skincare product, and I woke up feeling much better. I had been using the skincare product for that whole time. So that's another thing that I want to share with you guys. Like, even when you put stuff on your skin, that's why it's so important to use, like, if you're going to use a product, make sure it is like something that you could eat, because anything that you put on your skin is going into your bloodstream. It's going into your body, and it's going to affect you on a full scale level. It's going to go into your bloodstream. It's going to like run throughout your entire body. So be really aware of what you're putting on your body, what you're putting into your body. It's so important, because that particular product clearly was adding up in my system and really making me feel sick. And then the moment I stopped using it, I started feeling better. And you know, just because I'm that sensitive that I would notice it doesn't mean that you're not experiencing the same thing. Maybe you're just not getting those symptoms. Maybe you're just not feeling it as much as I would, but it's still, any product you're putting on your body, it's still running through your system. So be really, really aware of that. Gosh, I started an omega oil in August of 2003. So I really guess I wasn't done with taking supplements. I was still a glutton for punishment. Okay, so I started taking omega oils because they say that those are supposed to be so healthy for you. But you know what happened when I start taking omega oils? My back breaks out like a freaking war zone, and it took me a long time to put that 2 and 2 together. Okay, so I start taking this omega oil, right? So then that's supposed to be like really good for your hormones and everything. Second week of September, heavy period, really bad cramps, still cramping at the end of the week. Woke up on that following Saturday with a really bad headache at 3:30 a.m. I still to this day remember that headache. Oh my God, it was so, it gives me chills thinking about how horrible that was. Gosh, that thing made me so nauseous. The following day, another headache. And then that headache lasted like the entire week. I was nauseated on and off by the end of the week because I had that headache for so long. The following Sunday, another headache. Wednesday after that, a very tight neck. My neck got really tight and I had another headache. 3 days later, another headache. 2 days later, another headache. A week later, a very bad migraine. October 2003. 4 days later, another really bad headache. Went to the doctor the following day to see if he could help me. Then the following week, I had another headache. The following week, I had another headache. So that entire week, I was super bloated. October of 2003, I started primrose oil. It's terrible. Primrose oil. Just, I say that because, you know, we really don't need supplements, but I'm so sensitive, and I could kick myself for the amount of money that I wasted trying crazy supplements that I didn't need, because we can get everything we need from fruits and vegetables, small amounts of nuts and seeds, and if we just eat enough fruits and vegetables, we get everything we need. We don't need supplements. So this is so crazy for me to like look back at this stuff. Magnified PMS at the end of the month. So started taking the primrose oil, which is supposed to balance your hormones, and I had magnified PMS at the end of the month. Crazy. So I stopped the primrose oil on that day because I knew better. Okay, so then in 2004, in March, I stayed home sick at the end of the month. Then in July of 2004, really bad headache. And the following week, on a Wednesday and a Thursday, I had another really bad headache, which lasted all day. The following Monday, another headache. In August of 2004, August 15th, and then again, exactly a week later, on August 22nd, I experienced an eye aura. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but it's a really scary experience, especially the first time it happens to you. And what happened with me, like the eye aura that I experienced, was like, it's like this fuzzy blob that comes in your line of vision, and you can't see past the blob. Like, I would put my hand up and I couldn't see my hand because I had this big fuzzy blob like moving around my vision, and I could kind of like see peripherally out to the side, but I couldn't, like, if I tried to look at something, you know, there was just this weird fuzzy blob, and it would last like a half an hour. And the first time I got it was back in like 1993 or something like that, and it was terrifying because I thought I was like going blind or something. But usually those are followed by really bad migraines, but fortunately for me, anytime I ever had an eye aura, it was never followed by a headache. I have no idea what causes them, but scary. Then in September of 2004, I woke up one day and the bottom of my foot, in the ball of my foot where your metatarsal bones are, was so sore that I couldn't walk on it, and from that point forward, I could never wear high-heeled shoes. I went literally for like 2 years wearing tennis shoes only. Like, athletic shoes were like the only shoes that I could wear. It was so embarrassing because I could never wear like cute shoes. And then I discovered Earth footwear, which totally changed my life. I actually, before I found the Earth shoes, I spent like $400 on orthotic insoles or inserts for my shoes. And I mean, that really helped, but who wants to wear athletic shoes all the time? That was awful. Ever since then, I've been wearing Earth footwear, which is, they're great shoes. Love them, and they have lots of cute shoes. I just wish they would come out with more cute vegan shoes. So in October of 2004, I had really bad headaches 2 days in a row. Looks like I was having sinus issues, so I was obviously, I was still doing dairy and bleh. Oh, then in the first week of November 2004, I woke up with the stomach flu. Tried another PMS supplement in December of 2004. That following Saturday, I had a really bad sinus headache. So in June of 2005, I started feeling really nauseous for several days. In July of 2005, on July 3rd, I had awful PMS, and I even wrote witchy and headachy and feeling sick the entire week. The following weekend, headachy again for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. In March of 2006, I started a colon cleanse that was like an herbal cleanse with psyllium husks and aloe vera and apple juice and all this stuff, and it was supposed to help because I was still having problems. I went to a medical doctor in April of 2006, a dermatologist, to try to find some sort of solution for my acne and skin problems. That was a complete waste of money and time. Oh wow. Okay, in May of 2006, this is where things got really serious. In May of 2006, I started using a skincare product that I thought was natural, but I wasn't really smart about reading ingredients. That is supposed to be natural, but it wasn't, and it had a very serious impact on my life because it was supposed to just numb the area on my forehead right here, so you don't get those little squint lines right in between your forehead, and it totally worked. But little did I realize that, again, this product was affecting me on a full body basis, and I started going into a very deep depression because it was basically numbing my entire body. It was numbing my emotions, it was numbing my creativity, it was numbing my intuition, it was numbing every nerve fiber in my body. And I got to the point where I wasn't able to breathe properly. I got to the point where trying to exercise, my heart would, the pain, I would get serious pain in my chest. It really did such a number on me, and it took me so long. It took me about 2 years to realize that it was this product that I was using. Just a tiny little area on my face, and this product was affecting me on such a full-scale level that I literally just wanted to die. I had no reason left for living because I couldn't even make a decision for myself. It was horrible. And then I finally put 2 and 2 together. I stopped using the product, and within days I started feeling better. But to this day, sometimes I still feel like I have little remnants of that stuff in my body, and hopefully over time, we'll be out completely. And I do feel like this diet has changed that so much, but whoa, that was crazy. Then in July of 2006, I began a liver cleanse. Tried acupuncture in January of 2007 to see if that would help my digestive system. It was really cool, but it was not the answer to my problem. So in May of 2007, I came down with the flu. Then in June of 2007, I tried another cleanse. In July of 2007, I actually went to the doctor and gotten an EKG because my chest was feeling so tight. I would get on the treadmill and I could barely get going before I just thought, oh my God, I think I'm going to have a heart attack or something. It was really bad. And then at that time, I was, because everything was like getting so clouded, and I was getting so freaked out, because everything that I typically enjoyed, like music and reading and just, oh my gosh, so many things, like getting out and exercising and things like that, like none of that was of interest to me. And my doctors, they're like, well, maybe you're just burnt out. Maybe, you've been really busy over the years, and maybe you just need a break, And I knew in my heart that wasn't what was going on. But in the whole chest tightness thing, they gave me one of those inhalers, because they thought, well, maybe it's exercise-related asthma, and they gave me some Xanax to calm my anxiety, and of course, they give you all these drugs and things, but I didn't take any of it, because I knew that those things were just a cover-up for what I was experiencing, and I did not want to take any sort of drug or anything like that. I just wanted to find out what was wrong with me. So then at the end of November of 2007, started getting a really thick sore throat, and the following day I was feeling really ill, and then the day after that had the full-fledged flu. In March of 2008, a headache. Exactly 1 week later, another headache. In April of 2008, I tried a therapy called oil pulling. I don't know if any of you know what that is, but you can look it up online. Didn't really notice any great effects from that. Then in October of 2008, in the middle of the month, I started feeling really sick for 3 days. Then it all turned around. I started a new cleanse that had nothing to do with any supplements or pills, and it was a process of elimination type of thing. And after that cleanse, when you started adding in foods, that's when I really knew that the food that I was eating was really affecting me, and that eating a diet of fruits and vegetables was really confirmed to me that was the ideal thing for me, that would make everything better. And it was just right after that cleanse that I began a 100% raw diet in April of 2009, because before that, in the beginning of April, I started getting sick again. On April 10th, I was sick, and then I started feeling a little better, and then the following Tuesday I had a sore throat again, and the next day I woke up with the flu. And at that point I was like, you know what, I have had enough of these problems, and I just knew going raw was going to be the right thing for me. So in April of 2009, I began my 100% raw journey and never looked back. And I went through a lot of detox. I show here going through detox and having lots of strange sores in my mouth. During that time, I was experiencing a lot of detox symptoms, headache, feeling tired, feeling sick, having, kind of cold and flu symptoms, and then it all changed. I started feeling so much better, and it's amazing to me to look back at all of this stuff that I was experiencing, and I don't go through any of that anymore. It's all gone. All of that suffering, all of that pain, all of that frustration, all of the moodiness. I never get moody. I never get PMS. I never have like crazy ups and down mood swings and headaches, and it's just amazing to me. I never get sick. I have not been sick once. I just went through and I told you how many times every year I would get a sore throat or the flu or a cold. I had to cancel performances, and I don't experience that anymore, and it is so amazing to me. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to share all of that with you I know it's kind of long and perhaps boring for some. It's just amazing to me. I just can't stop saying that because I'm blown away, still to this day, like how much this diet has changed my life. And even if you don't go 100% raw, even if you don't, max yourself out on fruit every day and, do the high carb thing, if you're still going to continue on your path, but you want to feel better, just start including more living foods, more raw fruits and vegetables. Have fruit for snacks. Have fruit for dessert instead of a sugary sweet cake or ice cream. Make frozen banana ice cream. It's so good. And just make better choices for your health. The more you start adding in raw fruits and vegetables into your diet, the better you're going to feel, the better your results are going to be, the more energy you're going to have, the more you're going to sleep better, the more you're going to feel better, the more your moods are going to just be so balanced, and you're going to feel so good. So I just hope that this inspires you. If you're experiencing any of the things that I was experiencing, if you get sick several times a year, if you have aches and pains, if you have headaches, or any other type of problems, your diet plays a big role, and anything that you can do to improve what you're eating, cut out the junk, cut out the processed foods, cut out the fast foods, stop drinking sodas, stop drinking coffee, and just start making smoothies, making a really delicious smoothie for breakfast, or have a big bowl of fruit. Anything that you can do is going to make a huge difference. And so I hope that this inspires you to improve your health, improve your diet. I want you guys to feel really good. I want you to feel energized and vibrant and alive, because that's how we're supposed to feel. That's what our life is supposed to be like. We're supposed to feel really, really good every day. We're supposed to wake up happy and do the things that make us feel really good and joyful. Spend time with quality people and just experience a really good life. I really want that for all of you if that's what you wish to have, and I really believe that this is a great vehicle for achieving that. So I hope that this helps. I hope you're all doing really well. Thanks for subscribing, for adding me as a friend, and for your amazing, wonderful, beautiful, loving comments. And that's all for this edition of Raw Synergy TV. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.